Hi, I'm Hanny.
Welcome to part 3 of this month's Trends and Fads lesson. This month's lesson is all about fighting childhood hunger.
Childhood hunger is the worst. When children are hungry all the time, their lives become really difficult. They get sick more easily. They do poorly at school because of hunger pains, and they often fail to grow big and strong.
But there are things that we can do to help these kids out. Yes, we're lucky and rarely hungry, and also really far away from these kids too. But there are still things we can do.
Right. You can support a food program that provides these kids with meals, or you can sponsor a child. For instance, for just $30 a month is like 900 NT, yeah. You can provide a hungry child with food and other basic needs. You can give them hope for the future.
Anyway, today we'll be hearing a conversation between Nicholas and Teresa. They are fighting childhood hunger.
Yes, they are. I think they are a part of a food program. Anyway, it's time to get started. For now, though, we need to look over today's vocabulary. 好，今天的课文是一段对话。Nicholas 和 Teresa 正在为一个粮食计划来制作早餐餐盒。那么 breakfast 就是早餐，它是当名词来用。例如 Emily often skips breakfast. Emily often skips breakfast. Emily 常常没吃早餐，因为我们说跳过早餐、略过早餐，那就是没吃早餐的意思咯。好，对话里面两位主角有聊到说，他们小时候常常挨饿。那么 Teresa 以前就是因为这样子而常常生病，在医院待了很长一段时间。那么 Nicholas 他以前除了常生病，他的语言和社交能力也发展得很慢。好，那这边出现3个单字 Hospital 它是指医院，是个名词。例如Be sure to wear a mask when you're in a hospital. Be sure to wear a mask when you're in a hospital. 当你在医院的时候呢，务必要戴口罩。下一个单字 social 是形容词，它是用来形容社会的或是社交的。例如 Dylan has poor social skills.Dylan has poor social skills. Dylan 的社交技巧不好，他不善于交际。那最后一个单字 develop 它是指发展或者是生长，那它是一个动词。举例来说 It's important for students to develop independent thinking skills. It's important for students to develop independent thinking skills. 对学生来说，培养独立的思考能力是很重要的。好，那现在看完单字例句，我们来看课文吧。
Nicholas and Teresa are making meal boxes for a food program. I hope that the kids like these breakfast boxes.
Sure they will. Many of them live with hunger, so these boxes will feed them and help them start their day.
I know about living with hunger. I often went hungry as a kid.
Me too. And because of that, I was sick and in the hospital a lot.
Explanation 1.
Welcome back to part 3 of this month's Trends and Fads lesson. The title of our lesson is Fighting Childhood Hunger. Nicholas and Teresa are trying to do their part to fight childhood hunger.
Yep, Nicholas and Teresa are making meal boxes for a food program. I guess those boxes will make their way to kids in need.
That's exactly what's going on. Anyway, Nicholas kicks off the conversation by saying, I hope that the kids like these breakfast boxes.
How could they not like them? I mean, they are filled with food. I'm sure that these hungry children will be very happy to get breakfast boxes.
Teresa is thinking the same thing. And we'll hear from her right after we hear from Teacher Daphne.
大家好，我是 Daphne。今天的第一则文法是 Somebody hopes that 加主词加动词，意思是某人希望…… Hope 是及物动词，意思是希望，使用时后方接名词子句。That 加主词加动词当受词，其中 that 可以省略。例如 I hope that you will succeed in your new business. 我希望你的新事业很成功。
And we're back. Thank you, Teacher Daphne. Does Teresa think that these kids are going to like these breakfast boxes? Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, sure they will, she says. Many of them live with hunger, so these boxes will feed them and help them start their day.
There you have it. Of course, these kids will like these boxes. They will take care of their hunger and allow them to start their days on the right foot.
Okay, let's read on. There's a reason that Nicholas and Teresa want to help these kids. Nicholas and Teresa, you see, both went hungry as children.
Right. Nicholas says, I know about living with hunger because I often went hungry as a kid.
There you have it. Nicholas knows from experience that going hungry is terrible.
Yep, and so does Teresa. She says, me too. And because of that, I was sick and in the hospital a lot.
Nicholas and Teresa sure are strong and generous people. They really want those in need to not go hungry. Okay, everyone, with that, it is time for us to take a break, but don't go away. We'll be back soon.
I got sick too, but I also had other problems.
Like what?
My language and social skills were slow to develop.
Sorry to hear that. Kids should never have to go hungry.
Explanation 2.
Welcome back to this month's Trends and Fads lesson titled Fighting Childhood Hunger. Nicholas and Teresa are fighting childhood hunger.
Fighting. And they've got a good reason for doing so. As children, they went hungry.
Before the break, we learned that Teresa was often sick because of her hunger as a child.
Indeed, she spent a lot of time in the hospital as a kid. And she wasn't alone in being sick all the time either. Nicholas got sick too.
Yep, he got sick too. But that's not all. Next, he says, I also had other problems.
Well, he means that childhood hunger led to more than just sickness for him.
Next, Teresa asks him about these other problems. She asks, like what?
And Nicholas answers her by saying, my language and social skills were slow to develop.
Now, this means that hunger kept this person from learning how to speak and how to talk to others as well. Talking to others and making friends, by the way, are examples of social skills.
Right, so not only was Nicholas sick all the time as a kid, he might have had a hard time talking to others and making friends, which sounds pretty sad to me.
Hearing something like that, it breaks my heart. I feel bad when I learn that people have had to go through what Nicholas went through.
Teresa feels the same way. She says, "Sorry to hear that. Kids should never have to go hungry." Well, thanks to them, Nicholas and Teresa, fewer kids will be going hungry. Okay, everyone, with that, it is now time to hear from Teacher Daphne.
第二则文法是 Sorry to hear that， 意思是听到这件事我很遗憾，是一句省略句。省略字 I am sorry to hear that。Sorry 是形容词，意思是遗憾的。使用时后方用不定词 to be， 表示感到遗憾的事物。Hear 是及物动词，意思是听到、得知。例如 Edwin said you broke your neck. Sorry to hear that. Edwin 说你受伤了，听到这件事我很遗憾。第三则文法是 Somebody should never 加动词，意思是某人绝对根本不应该做某事。Should 是助动词，意思是应该。Never 是否定副词，意思是绝不。使用的时候摆在动词前方。Somebody should never 加动词，就是某人绝对不应该做某事。例如 You should never lie， 你绝对不应该说谎。
And we're back, but not for long. You see, we are now done with part 3 of this month's Trends and Fads lesson on fighting childhood hunger.
Right, but don't worry, folks. We'll be back with more trends and fads next time. We hope to see you then.
Bye-bye for now, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Fighting childhood hunger. Nicholas and Teresa are making meal boxes for a food program. I hope that the kids like these breakfast boxes.
Sure they will. Many of them live with hunger, so these boxes will feed them and help them start their day.
I know about living with hunger. I often went hungry as a kid.
Me too. And because of that, I was sick and in the hospital a lot.
I got sick too, but I also had other problems.
Like what?
My language and social skills were slow to develop.
Sorry to hear that. Kids should never have to go hungry.
Bonjour, my name is Claude Monet, one of the most famous French painters. I wanted to be an artist since I was a boy, but my father didn't support me. When I served in the military, my father said he would pay money to get me out if I gave up my dream. However, I refused. Then I went on to become an artist. In 1872, I made an oil painting called Impression Sunrise. This painting was about the harbor in my hometown. I painted the light with broken colors and fast brushstrokes. Since then, people have said my painting style was Impressionism. To capture the changing light of day, I painted the same thing many times. Look at these beautiful water lilies in my garden. I spent over 30 years painting them. People love my water lily series and consider it a masterpiece. Come take a closer look at these lovely flowers.
Hello 好，我是 Hanny， 又到我们1分钟的单元咯。那我们今天使用1分钟的时间来复习4个单字，还会造4个例句。同学们，您都准备好了没？1分钟计时，开始。第一个单词是早餐，早餐很重要。早餐怎么说？叫做 breakfast。Breakfast. I had a ham sandwich and milk tea for breakfast. 我早餐是吃火腿三明治配奶茶。第二单词呢是医院，医院怎么说？叫做 hospital. The man was sent to a local hospital. 那名男子被送往一间当地的医院了。第三单字呢是形容社会的、社交的、交际的，这字怎么说呢？叫做 social。那补充一下，社会的英文则是 society。那好，那我们用形容词来造句。Veronica has great social skills. Veronica 有良好的社交技巧，她善于跟别人沟通互动。第四单字是指发展或者是生长，这字叫什么？叫做 develop. Their second child seems slower to develop than the first. 他们第二个小孩啊，似乎比第一个发展的慢了一些。好，不管怎么样，我们已经在1分钟之内复习完4个单字了，我们成功了。那记得还是要多多复习，才不会忘记哦。我们下次见，拜拜。
See you next time.